I'm on a roll here, and it's April the 14th, and I could have not asked for a better day. It would be today because it is overcast, a little windy, and it's very, very comfortable. The temperature right now is 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm going to quickly go through what I have done today at the community garden, starting with bed number 8. I finally got around to thinning the carrots here. I'll add some pictures if I have them available to show what they looked like before. I also harvested some of the dill. Did a lot of cutting back or thinning of other vegetables, so I just added that to a bag to make a salad green for 2 people. So I'll be taking that home. And I believe that's all that I did for this bed over here. Sorry, I had to stick a garlic back into the ground because someone had pulled it out I would think, to see if it was done or what it looked like. I was quite disappointed. There's been already the public picking at the vegetables here. Moving on to bed number 12. As I mentioned, I have what I did here for the salad greens. I also picked some of the beetroot leaves, and there's 3 sections, and there are different types of beetroot. Around here, this is the radish. I picked the 2 varieties that were planted there, Sparkler White and a variety called Hailstone. Very impressed with this Hailstone. It is just beautiful. I'll add a picture here of the 2 varieties, and the white one is the one that you see, that is the Hailstone. And then there's 2 rows of carrots over here that I thinned out as well. The germination wasn't perfect. It was a little bit more spread out, which was kind of nice to work with, and younger. And in between that, I did plant another round of radish. They are looking very good there too. This is the kale, and I noticed quite a few aphids on the leaves, but I did thin that out also. You'll notice that I just have the leaves sitting over here. It will add mulch. And by the way, there are a ton of ladybugs, which I was so happy to see while I was down and low pruning up or thinning out the carrots. They were all around me. And then there's another 2 rows of carrots. Going back this way in bed 12, in the middle is Swiss chard. 2 varieties here. This is the Reese Swiss chard, and I thinned this out too, and I cleaned up some of the dry leaves. And then there's a 5 color on this side, and I bring you in close here. You can see the colors are just brilliant. I cannot believe it. There's a pink one, red one, white, and then look at that yellow one there. Isn't that beautiful? And then this is the daikon radish. I pruned back a couple of the leaves because they were encroaching on the 5 color Swiss chard. Again, here's the carrots that I thinned out. This was also a little easier to deal with. And then I planted more radish in the middle of the 2 rows of carrots, and they will be, the carrots as they grow, they will be so much more prominent. It's going to look quite beautiful and a little bit more shaded. And then this is kohlrabi, 2 different varieties. This section here is purple, and then over here is white, and I thinned that out as well. And that's the rest of bed 12. I'm going to go back this way to make my way to bed number 14. Pruned back some of the bad leaves. You can see that they're sitting on the soil, on top of the soil there. There was only 1 really good leaf. I put that in my salad bag. It's going to be a whole colorful salad mix. These are beans that Leslie at the Grove planted out, and I thinned them out. You'll see that the leaves are sitting on the soil here, and apparently something came and ate cucumber that was started in a row over here in the middle, somewhat in the middle. It's a salad slicer cucumber, and we have lost two of them. These are cosmos over here. There's a whole row of them. Essentially for this bed, which is 14 and number 15, flowers were planted to add some pop and color to the beds. And then nothing was done here. Things are looking like they're taking off. And I'm very pleased. This is the African daisy that I've never seen bloom, so hopefully I see it bloom here. And this is a yarrow. And this is what the flowers will look like if it does bloom. And then the tulips here are done. There's only two right there. So that is bed number 14. Bed number 15, again, there's flowers that were planted on the very edge here. This is on this side is facing west, so when the sun does set, it will cast a shadow this way. And I was recommending to the group for the Grove, as part of what I volunteer for, that we create some shade so we can plant the tomatoes in front of it, or peppers, because they do not produce any fruit when it gets above 90 to 95 degrees. So going back to this bed here, number 15, the sunflowers were pruned back. The leaves were a little damaged, but I just wanted to open it up a little bit more. And I started with cutting back the flowers, or the stems of the flowers, and I decided I'll leave the ones that look pretty good to get some small flowers in here and then take it out. Here's proof that they are ladybugs. Then there's a lonely kale back there. Looks like the flowers on this edge have not come up yet. It's the Sundance Tithonia. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. And then on this side here, looks like zinnias on this edge, along with some cosmos in between. And I did think of thinning these out, but I'm going to wait probably another week or so before I do so. The sweet potatoes that were transplanted from root, there's another word for it, I can't remember it now, but I'll add a text box for that. But there's two different varieties of the sweet potato, and they don't look so good, but I have so many that are sprouting at the Grove that we'll bring them over here if necessary. That is it for the community garden. Thank you for watching, and happy gardening.